Hi and welcome to CBN4's Primetime News for this evening. I am Arlen Christopher. And first up in tonight's news, the city of Roseau continues to see improvements as a number of workers and volunteers have managed to clear several of the city streets. Since the passing of Hurricane Maria, there have been a massive cleanup being undertaken. There are a number of persons actively involved in cleaning the city drains and clearing the streets of most of the debris. One local businessman who runs a family-owned guest house has decided to assist with the cleanup of the street on which his business is located.
Yeah, I'm Errol Emmanuel, the son of Teresa and Bastian Emmanuel. We operate a family-owned guest house in Roseau called Maba Central Guest House. And so our roof was uncovered on the western side. We've since recovered that 2 weeks ago, my brother and I and 2 carpenters. And we've been cleaning, we have water, we have electricity. We're now finalizing our waistline that was broken and ensuring that our water systems are fully operational. And we have been taking 1 or 2 guests, but by the weekend to the beginning of next week, we will be fully open for business again to welcome guests from all over the world and also from Dominica who wants to overnight in taking the ferry. So we have been resilient. It's tough and difficult times, but we have to put our shoulders to the wheel because nobody is going to build Dominica, but we have to build Dominica for ourselves. I actually live in Bath Estate where I've cleaned my surroundings twice, my block. I've cleaned it twice, sweep the drains, collect the wood, burn what we have to burn, collect the rubbish and dispose of it, the waste. And I cleaned here Saturday and I saw above me there were a number of styrofoam cups and bottles that would come down my way again and dirty me. And so I told my wife this morning, I'm leaving my bed before the sunrise, and this will be my project. The Roseau City people are here cleaning up, so I told them I'm going to finish cleaning that drain from one block to the next, and as I'm finished, I want them to dispose of it. They've consented and agreed, which I'm happy, and so we're trying to ensure that our environment is as clean, because post-hurricane, you can get more sickness and diseases if you do not take care of the environment. If you keep breeding grounds for mosquitoes and you keep breeding grounds for rodents, then you're going to have things like leptospirosis. No one lives here, but we the people, and we the people must clean our environment.
It is evident that men are actively involved in trying to get the city back to normalcy. The EC Low Black Bridge has been unblocked and pedestrians can now commute without having to cross over piles of debris. The bridge, however, is still inaccessible to vehicular traffic. Works are also ongoing at the Roseau Market in an attempt to clean the venue. Here's CBN4's reporter, Kamisha Dominic.
But as far as the eye can see, you can see that they are clearing the Roseau Market. We showed you about 2 weeks ago that this place was packed with debris. It was just a field of dust. But right now you can see that men are at work doing what they know how to do best. This is Kamisha Dominic reporting here at what used to be the site of the Roseau Market.
Hurricane Maria may have destroyed a number of farmlands and garden plots, but that hasn't stopped local farmers and vendors alike from salvaging whatever was left from their farmlands. A growing number of local vendors has been on King George Street selling a wide variety of produce since the Roseau Market suffered its share of damages. The Category 5 hurricane changed the appearance of the Roseau Market, amassing huge piles of debris at the venue. Before the hurricane, the market accommodated a number of farmers where one could purchase fresh supplies of homegrown food. With conditions now unfit for the sale of produce, local vendors have been scattered all over Roseau, especially on King George Street. And in other news, Minister for Economic Development Colin McIntyre has mentioned that one possible solution to alleviate the problem of homelessness is the use of tents. The minister explained that after the passing of Hurricane David, there were persons who lived in tents for at least 2 years. So the idea of moving into tents is therefore logical. McIntyre explained that the schools can only remain as temporary, so there must be an alternative.
That's a very good question. The folks in shelters who've lost their home completely, and I mean, I saw this lady, actually she used to live in Fokani long ago, and I saw her in the gardens very early sitting on a chair. So I called her by a nickname. I said, what happened, man? She said to me, well, that's where I am, you know. So what we are trying to do is, you know, we need to get some tents. They're a little slow in arriving, and we're working on them, because we're going to have to look at plain fields, savannas, where we can pitch some tents. After Hurricane David, for 2 years, people stayed in tents, but at least there was shelter. Because I mean, when it rains right now, for a few of us who don't have water, that's a blessing. But for the majority of the population who don't have a roof, that's a nightmare. So we are mindful of that. Tarpaulins are scarce. We have a few of them around the place. We're trying to get some sheeting going. We're trying to do things for it, especially for the elderly and the exposure to the elements of nature right now and sunshine. So we will be looking at the shelter aspect. What we have done, Prime Minister, Minister of Housing, we are discussing with a company where we can look at hurricane-proof type housing in a rapid manner in terms of laying it down. So Prime Minister will speak a little more on that just now. And we've met with a company, a reputable company, whereby we're discussing how best we can come in here fast to really lay down some homes on safe ground.
Minister for Economic Development, Honorable Colin McIntyre. And Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Planning, Gloria Joseph, encouraged the people of Dominica in the daily press briefing to continue in the recovery of building back the island by doing what it takes to restore the nature isle to what it once was, and even better.
The cleaning of debris and disposal, whether it is the drying of laundry, days accumulated after the storm, it may be putting galvanized on roofs, it may be insurance companies carrying out assessments. Whatever you're doing today, it is a great day for us to continue in the recovery effort.
Joseph went on to express her sympathies to all who lost loved ones, properties, and those who were affected by the hurricane.
I lend my voice to that of many others in reassuring you that all is not lost and that we are on course for rebuilding a better Dominica than we had before the storm. In today's press briefing, which is geared at dealing with matters related to the building code and applying build back principles as we seek to return Dominica to a more sustainable development path, you will hear from the esteemed panelists that we have today with us. We have vowed to do this, that is rebuilding Dominica to a more sustainable path of development by incorporating disaster risk reduction strategies in our recovery efforts.
She went on to assure Dominicans that the rebuilding process is in gear to move forward as they seek to rebuild Dominica better. And persons who purchased tickets for the 2017 edition of Dominica's famous World Creole Music Festival may be eligible for a refund. Persons with valid tickets and receipts from online purchases should present them at the office of the Dominica Festivals Committee from October 23rd to the 31st, 2017. A valid ID must also be presented. Once the information is received and processed, refunds will be made during the week of November 6, 2017. Here are some of the reactions on the street to this statement.
About the Creole Festival, well, we know Creole Festival bring a big revenue to our economy. So that's a loss for us anyhow you look at it. Now, people who bought the ticket already and they asked them to come and get a refund. What I'm saying is that the Creole Festival is not going to be happening again. We know that that's reality now. We have to live with it. But you spend the money already, you don't have it in your hand already. What I would do is, most of the people, instead of go for the refund, give this money to a donation, to probably to the Red Cross or to the home of the AGs or something, and I think it will go a long way in assisting these people in building back their daily lives in Dominica.
Well, I mean, if persons, I know the situation of the country now, if persons probably could use that money that they already bought the tickets, but maybe if DFC can probably give some assurance that, okay, the money that you spend to buy your tickets, we could put that money into some relief, probably for some if they could use that money to donate to probably some home or some less fortunate persons, that could also work. I mean, I know everybody is in the same situation, but I don't know how they're going to give all the tickets back. But I don't know. It's an option, I guess. It's up in the air.
Okay, my thoughts on tickets being refunded or the money being donated. I think it's a brilliant idea because after being struck by Hurricane Maria, I think we all have to give back in one way or another. And since that we're already going to spend it to have fun and in that festivity to help rebuild our country, it's a very great idea. The donation will go a long way, no matter how small, at least it's a start.
The Dominica Festivals Committee is unable to facilitate refunds without proof of purchase of the World Creole Music Festival tickets, and the refund of tickets purchased online can also be facilitated through www.ticketpalcaribbean.com. And in other news, the communications officer Paul Byron at the National Youth Council says that the council recognizes that the youth was affected by the effects of Hurricane Maria. Byron lamented that the National Youth Council sympathizes with the youth, especially those who have suffered losses. Byron acknowledges that although the youth is in need of moral support, they can be especially helpful in recovery efforts. Byron encouraged the youth to partake in activities geared towards our country's development and commended those who are already engaged in such activities.
It will take every individual, far less the young people, to assist in rebuilding our country. There are a number of opportunities that you can benefit from, irrespective of what the current situation may seem, and we'd expect that you'll get yourselves organized in the sense that the stakeholders, the government, be it the aid agencies, wanting to come into your communities and assist that you in a responsible manner can ensure that. The Secretariat and that of the National Executive have commenced work as of the 17th of October, and we will, through our process and our directives here, sit down and begin planning the way forward for you. But this is really where we are. We want to send a message of hope to you as we can continue to rebuild our country. And it will take every effort, and we'd like to further encourage you to continue to keep up the good job that you're doing in your respective communities. If you're helping with the relief efforts, if you're helping up with the cleanup campaign, continue to do so, because it is a very responsible task, and it will sure go a long way in ensuring that we come back to some level of normalcy.
Byron continued to say that the National Youth Council will continue to engage in various youth groups across the island and give directives when necessary. Some human remains of what appears to be the body of someone with dreadlocks have been found in the Point Michel area. The body seems to have been buried alive during the passing of Hurricane Maria. A collapsed house was excavated and a body in an almost fully decomposed state was discovered. With news reports of human remains being found, to this date there is still an unconfirmed number of total dead or missing in Dominica. And moving along, the blood donor department of the Princess Margaret Hospital have made an appeal to Dominicans to donate blood in an effort to restore the blood bank, which was fully destroyed during the passing of Hurricane Maria.
To be part of our blood donor drive is important, and it's very critical. We are at this juncture where it is very critical that persons come out to donate blood today. We're doing that as a result of Hurricane Maria, which completely destroyed our blood donor center. And so we had no blood on our bank in the couple of weeks that followed Maria. We are very grateful to the international community that reached out to us and donated some blood. However, we're at the point now where this has been depleted. We are asking people really to reach out today to help the persons who are on the hospital wards that are in need of blood. We need to stock the bank in case of an emergency, in case there's a mass casualty. We have to have blood on our bank. And so today we're having this blood donor drive at the PMH compound at the physiotherapy center.
Meanwhile, the senior technologist Richard Ansem said that in order for one to be eligible to donate blood, there are a few things to bear in mind.
Body between the ages of 18 and up to your 66th birthday can qualify to donate blood. You need to be in good health and live a healthy lifestyle. Low risk, like your sexual partner should be 1. for at least 6 months. That is basically, and you're not involved in any high-risk behavior, like intravenous drug use. They said you need to be healthy and you need to abstain from alcohol and smoking the day before. Have a good breakfast before you come. It's wise to eat something within 4 hours of donating blood. All blood type is, people blood type is unique, and whatever blood type you are, there is a need for your blood. There is always a need for blood, but in disaster situations, the need is even greater. So right now, there is no blood on the bank, so we're looking in the region of 20 to 30 units. Point of voluntary donations, the aim right now worldwide is to get people to donate blood voluntarily. Blood donation is so important that there is a day dedicated every year for blood donors. That's World Blood Donor Day, which is on 14th of June every year. And this year, the emphasis was on availability of blood during disasters. And we want to emphasize on the theme this year. The theme was, what can you do? Give blood, give now, give often. And worldwide, they want to achieve that goal, that all blood donation is voluntary by 2020.
And for those of us who might not know that there are many benefits to be derived from donating blood, Ninka Pierre, former head of the blood bank, encourages us to donate blood.
Well, first of all, for the donor, it's a good thing to do, and you have your own sense of self-approval. You feel good doing something that is so positive. Yes, you're able to help at least 3 people with your one donation. You're able to help save lives, you're able to help improve the quality of life. You do make the difference for lots of individuals and families. It's not just the patient who gets the blood, the family members benefit from having them, seeing them improving. It's a wholesome thing to do. Also for the donor, giving the blood, we are getting rid of the, well, not rid, but you're giving us the blood that has some age. And so your body has been put together so beautifully, you're fearfully and wonderfully made. So that is why your body now replenishes and puts back all these brand new cells, and it's like you have a new booster shot. So you have improved health. You also have a chance to relax, to socialize, meet other blood donors, have interaction with them. You get a whole set of tests done, which is very important. So we maintain the standards for the blood, but also in case something is wrong, even in the beginning of your screening process, we're able to pick it up. We have found people who are diabetics, hypertensives, and we don't just let them on the loose. We refer them. If it's pretty high, we take them to casualty. So it's a way of picking up. It's also a way of keeping the community safe, because we are encouraging people in a healthy lifestyle in order to give blood. You're having an impact on the community, that they have a healthy community. So all in all, it's a fantastic thing to do, to give blood.
Angela Daru, a frequent blood donor, encourages us all to donate blood. And this has been another edition of CBN4's Primetime News Package. My name is Alian Christopher, saying thank you for watching and have a good weekend.